Yeah, my favorite medium to use is like gel paints, 3D gel. And I also like doing Zostavo
Pretty
painting.
jet, right?
Yeah, and also like one stroke painting. And I feel like for me, it's relatively easy because with one stroke, you do two colors on each end of the brush, and then you create a flower, you create a leaf, you can create water drops. And I've learned how to do water drops from there's a nail artist in Europe. Her name is Julia Belej. I hope I got her name right, but she's very good at flowers and very good at water drops. And that's how I learned how to do these different like one stroke techniques. And it's really fun to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I find it. Oh, sorry. Mhm.
and I have a YouTube channel where I have a few videos of me doing like the body painting on my hand and arm using the one stroke painting technique.
Mm,
And so
yeah.
it's really fun to do. Now, like with Charisma Nail Innovations, you're a educator. Now I want to talk about like what's your whole experience with being a nail educator? You know, considering especially with now, like with YouTube, you got influencers now that have a lot of nail art tutorials. Like, what is your whole take on being a nail educator?
Well, I find that it just gives a lot of satisfaction. I love teaching, and it gives you possibility to meet so many people.
Mm,
When I arrived here, I had to organize all of my work and courses, while before the company in Italy was organizing all of my work. So here, starting and doing everything on my own um, taught me a lot. And from nothing, when I started here, I started from nothing. Nobody knew me here.
mm,
So slowly, by posting my work, I more and more people started finding out about me, and I started traveling slowly.
mm,
And I found out that people here are really so nice. I really
mm,
enjoy teaching here. And during the courses, you just see that people want to learn a lot. And I find that for the educator, it's super important to have a lot of patience and
mm.
being humble.
Right.
And I really don't like when educators are like, thinking that they are, oh my God, I'm the star here and whatever. I
Right.
find that it's just puts the students in an already uncomfortable place. They feel stressed. For me, it's very important to put everyone in a very, like, feel comfortable. Like we're here to have a lovely time, to learn more possible, but no stress. I'm not judging you. I'm here to help you. I will tell you in a nice way where are your mistakes,
Mm,
but I'm not going to be here a witch.
mm,
So because I've heard some stories a long time ago, like there were some educators like in Europe that people were crying on the courses, literally, like saying, oh my God, why would you do that? So yeah, I'm trying to be a very nice and make everybody feel good. And what else I can tell you about my courses? And generally, I find that it's very important to try to bring the information, even like on the visual. I like to draw
mm,
before we start like actual painting. I like to draw what we're going to be doing. This is what I learned from like Ukrainian or Russian nail artists. They always draw and explain you, like for example, Irina Prilevskaya Moskevskaya, the one from Moldavia. I
mm.
remember before we started to draw anything on nail, she was taking like 20 minutes to draw this amazing picture on the whiteboard. And it was so much easier to understand what we're going to do now next on the nail. But so this is what I'm trying to always do, to draw first and explain more I can in this schematic way, and then move forward to a design, for example.
Mm. So you're also a certified member. You're a part of the International Nail Judge Association. And so considering your experience being a nail judge, what what makes you enjoy judging? Like what do you find like about judging that makes you happy? Or what stands out when you're judging and you're looking at other people's artwork in different styles? Like what brings you the most joy being a nail judge?
Well, I think being part of such an important event for us nail techs is beautiful. And I love being also on the other side.
Mm,
But when you are actually judging, it's just like you feel like, oh my God, let's hope they do best. And I'm a good judge. Like I'm not I'm not too hard, but sometimes it just breaks your heart. It's like, oh no, I have to put you at 0 because just little dust behind something. So
right.
I like it also because of the contact with other people, all the people that you meet, all other judges, the experience that you exchange, and it's just it's an interesting experience when
Mm,
we're judging, for example, in Madrid, or Madrid was the big one. Like in Europe, we have huge competitions. I sent you some pictures, I think,
mm,
where they were showing like the room. There was like maybe 150 people. So here in the United States, when I judged in a nail Olympia in Houston,
mm,
the group was very small. So you can see very clearly the difference between European competitions and here. I'm very sorry that here people are, I think, shy or maybe afraid that they are not good enough to come to competition. And it's not like that. Like we see peoples of all levels, like literally everybody can come to competition. But I think what is scary here, it might be the price. Money wise, it's very expensive to compete. I
mm,
was extremely lucky that the company from Italy was always backing me up and investing in me. So this would allow me to compete. Otherwise, for a person that doesn't have a company on her back, it's expensive. Between the travel and the model and the participation itself is very expensive. So I hope that competitions can get cheaper and more people can compete, and I think then it will get that right
mm,
attention as in Europe has, because in Europe competing is like, wow, yes, like it's super, like people
right.
get excited about
Right.
that. I hope it happens here too.
Mm. So like with like competing, like for me, I just applied to Nail Olympia online, and I'm doing like two categories, like mixed media and like the flat art box. And this is like my very first time competing. So I wanted to ask, like, what was your experience with your first time like competing, and what was the category?
Yeah. Oh my God. And for me, the most important always was the acrylic sculpture. I
Hmm.
found that competition is the most like that classic traditional, most important. I find it's more prestigious if you want, like with acrylic sculpture. I think this is like the most important award of all of them. So this was always my most important part. Funny thing, I never really participated so much in the nail art competitions.
Hmm.
For example, T-box, I never really did that. My brother did, but I was always more for the structure. And you
Hmm.
would think that I would participate only in nail art, but no. So I'm more for stiletto and stiletto. This was my favorite two competitions, stiletto and acrylic. In fact, in stiletto, I managed to trophy first place in veterans in a London competition, and that was a stiletto with nail art.
Hmm.
So that time I painted like a face, and then you should use more media possible. So I added some 3D flowers,
Hmm.
and to make it not as flat, etc. But the advantage was that it was only one hand, so then you have time to concentrate on just one hand. I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 hours, but that are my favorites: stiletto and acrylic, definitely. Gel. That's not my favorite, definitely. Another thing I find it for competitions that is problematic is that their temperature varies so much from competition to
Hmm.
competition. Like, for example, when you compete in London, the competition was happening normally. I think it was like in towards the end of September, and
Hmm.
it's so cold. I remember being so cold there. So acrylic was not trying. Like you could, I would remember I was doing the
Hmm.
fourth or fifth nail, and the first one was not. pinchable yet. Like I couldn't pinch it, was still
Wow.
soft. So you can imagine that. So that's difficult. So I find that always if competitor can somehow ask maybe the organizer what temperature will be in the competition, I think that is helpful because then you can prepare with the right products.
Hmm. Hmm. So you've also done like nail publications. Like, what is like your favorite nail cover or beauty cover that you've done?
Well, though all of those magazines that I did were for in Italian magazines,
Hmm.
but I don't think I ever did a cover. I don't remember. I don't think there are did ever a cover. Those were all like articles
Oh, okay.
that were, yes. So they were all articles about me. It's again competition. So for everyone that is thinking if it's worth it to start with competitions, yes, it is, because winning puts you a little bit level higher and gives you exposure. Especially if you work with the company might push you more. And this is what happened with me. My fantastic boss, Clarissa, at the time, she started like putting me in all the magazines, and they started making some articles here and there, and then you can start posting your work, so like step by step works. So this is what was there normally. But my favorite work, oh my god, I don't remember right now what oh, I think I know. I think it will be like this French, like a fun, like a twist French that is like with white, translucent petals. That it's like a combined acrylic underneath and acrylic paint over. It looks more like an angel wings. I think this is what I posted in one of the magazines.
Oh, okay. That's really nice. So it was mainly features. It wasn't like you did like front
Picture.
covers. Okay, it was just
Yes.
features.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the
Oh no,
clarification.
actually, now that you're saying, actually, I think we did with Clarissa. I think we did, but it was, I don't remember right now. I think I did one. Okay. No, I don't remember. We did
Oh,
like an Asian, it was Japanese oriented. So I think this was the one. Yeah, that's
oh,
it.
the one nail cover. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
um, I wanted to ask about like the beauty industry, especially considering like social media and you have influencers now around the world. From how you first started to within the beauty industry to now, how do you feel about the beauty industry as a whole, like with technology, with social media? Like, do you feel like with the beauty industry, there's been a huge shift in terms of the products and, more of getting more notoriety? Like, how do you feel about the whole beauty industry, considering that you've traveled in different places?
Well, um, I find that well, it's changing a lot. You have so many uh, like nail influencers today. I think it's just um, easier hmm, to get exposure if you want to. Um, when I was traveling, when I was living in Italy, I did not follow so much all the social media. I actually started when I moved here, and I noticed how important it is. Before, I never did give any importance to social media, but I think it's uh, it's it's going, more and more intense.
Mhm.
It's yeah. Can you repeat the question, because I think I got lost a little bit? So, like, can you repeat the question that you did first?
So I wanted to ask, like, how do you feel about the whole progression of the beauty industry, like in terms of like the technology, the products, considering like with the nail art tutorials on YouTube, we have like influencers, like where's your whole take with all those elements in terms of like within the beauty industry today?
Well, so I find that I find it's good and it's helpful for all the people that's starting right now, right? So I'm trying also to give more free content possible, and I find that it's It's just um, it's very helpful for everybody that is starting. So yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Do you feel like with like educators, do you feel like they should have like more shine within the beauty industry? You know, considering with YouTube and a lot of YouTube tutorials, do you feel like, you know, educators should have like more like notoriety as well? You know, not just people who have like YouTube videos that show like nail art or like giving you tutorials on how to use gel and stuff like that. You know, because you're also a educator, you know, in terms of like teaching nail art courses and things like that. So do you feel like, you know, educators should still have like that essence of shine still, you know, while there's, you know, YouTube, you know, and the YouTube tutorials?
So do you mean like if educators should be more active on the social media, like on YouTube, etc., to give more education free? That's what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think they are doing that. I think especially during now this particular time since the COVID started, I think it started happening more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So a part of course, online paid courses, I find that there is so much of free content that everybody started sharing, like educators that were not doing that before are just like said, okay, well, we are all home anyway, so maybe we can just share our knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and help those other people while everybody's home. I started doing that. I wasn't doing that before. Lisa started doing that also recently, started doing like with very new people, like just very newbies. Also, she's sharing her knowledge for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is happening. I think it's good. And anyway, people can always later move forward with more advanced course that can be for payment. But I think like the basis is really nice to share. I love giving ideas. Like, for example, what I like to do is having all of those different products that I have in my line and then Lisa's line,
Mm-hmm.
that just creates so many ideas. Oh my god, I can do this and this, and I like to share those ideas and inspire people what they can do fun in their salon, maybe with products that they already have in the salon and they never thought of using it in that way. So I think that all of those months that we have been in this particular situations helped a lot into nail industry, because the just courses or even nail techs, the educators from above from for example Europe, that were before not easily accessible for people here, now they became very easily accessible, and you can do more even online courses with them that were maybe not available before. So I think it moved a lot in those past few months in a good direction.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that because, you know, with social media and also with YouTube, you know, you can have easy access to courses and things of that nature. And also, you know, social media, you connect with other people and you can learn from different people around the world. You know, that's what I liked about doing nails and nail art. You learn different styles from other people and
Exactly.
you can use that and have your own flair or style to it. So it's really cool to see that with social media now and YouTube, like the possibilities are endless when you create nail art. You know, you can use anything to create a cool canvas or a nice set of nails. So it's really cool. And I got interest into like Nail Pro and Nails Magazine, and they gave me a lot of inspiration. You know, seeing a lot of nail artists with different nail art styles, especially in the competition, that really got me inspired. And you know, different nail artists doing Nail Pro Nail Magazine covers. And I was in Nail Pro when I was like 15 years old. And I remember a time where I wrote to Nail
Wow.
Pro back in like 2012. And the executive editor, Stephanie Lavery, which I just did an interview with not too long ago, she put me in the magazine during that time. And like a few months later in that same year of 2012, like I wrote to her again and I had like a hand and arm painting that I did. And then she put it in the magazine. So I thought it was really cool to see. And plus, you know, it was like giving me a chance to put my work out there. And especially with now competing, it allows me to learn from other people and really show what I can do, with my art style. And so I just find that very, very, very cool. And I wanted to ask you this one question. How do you define success? Like, what is your whole perspective on being successful or striving for greatness? Like, what is your whole perspective on success?
Well, I think it's just like I'm still on the road for the success. I find it's like the positive
Mm-hmm.
power and thinking together. I normally don't have, for example, like a vision of what I want to go. I find it very often it just brings a bad luck if you project for something, and then it's just the life just puts all the things differently. So I go more with the flow, and I feel like I was very lucky and I found my little success here, creating practically all my work on my own. So I feel very good about that. I find it's like my little success that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I want more and slowly move forward,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that I have my little nail art shop.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be like make huge, project. But definitely, I want to just continue what I'm doing. So like just creating um, online education and pushing more nail art ideas and giving it around to people. This is my goal for now,
Mm-hmm.
and and still working with Lysa. I find this is a big success. Lysa Comfort is one of the most important people in the nail business, and so I'm super lucky and blessed to have her as my mentor, first of all, and friend, and business, let's say, friend as well. So that's a beautiful thing that was very, very helpful in for me to get to that point where I am right now. Without her, for example, my little success wouldn't be possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like success, I think it's everybody's journey is very different. I think that with success, it takes hard work, it takes dedication, it takes passion for what you do. And, for me, I love doing nail art. I love doing, like learning different types of art within nails, but also I'm also an illustrator, so I love to draw as well.
Oh,
And so, with success and what I've learned is, if it's something that you love and you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's what I've learned. And so that's really cool to see that you're very passionate about what you do, and your nail art is so amazing. And I love your work. The work that you do is very colorful. It's very fun, and I really enjoy looking at your work. Your work is very inspiring. So thank you so much for just taking the time out to letting me interview you. Like, you're very inspiring as an artist, and I'm like,
so
what
much.
what makes me like enjoy about you is that you're very positive. You're very positive spirit, and you and you pass knowledge to other people. So, thank you so much again for just taking the time out. And, this is really a great opportunity, to get to know you, to get to know your work. And, just thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. And one more thing I would like to add that I find it's very important in the success in all the journey for everyone is that you never stop learning. Like
Mhm.
me and all of the people, it's just like we never stop learning. Never think that you arrived on the top and now you are who knows what. I think this is the very important part to have the good journey, a part of being positive.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Never stop learning. That's what I've always learned also, is never stop learning. And the more you learn,
Yeah.
the more you know, and the more
Yeah.
knowledge you acquire. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. And the possibilities are endless within beauty and the artistry of beauty.
Exactly.
It's really
Exactly.
amazing. Now I want to end with this one last question. Where can people find you on social media, as well as, where can people find your nail courses as well?
Well, so on social media, I am on Facebook and Instagram, and both have the same name. That is Anna Wesolowska, nail artist. My last name is a little bit difficult, but this is social media. Then I have my website that it's called nailartbyanya.com. And this is where I was normally posting all of my scheduled live courses in groups, but this part is dead for now. So this will be active later when we start again traveling. But apart of that, there is my shop, that it's MYLITTLENAILARTSHOP.com. And I'm planning also there open a new section that will be wonderful world of nail art, where will be a free content with nail art ideas, with all kinds of different products. And also I'm starting I'll be working on the new project that is a YouTube channel that also has the same name, wonderful world of nail art. And this is where I'm going to be posting a full little tutorials regarding different nail art ideas. So I hope it also can help. And later I also have another website. I have a lot of websites apparently, where I actually have online courses, and those are paid courses. And this one is called My Little Nail Art Online by .thinkific.com. So all of those places I'm active.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Anna. It was great talking to you and getting to know you. I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you all the success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Asia. It was very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms, as well as visiting my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more videos to come soon. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy.